Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and today it's Johnny Rivers at the very peak of his career, paired with just a wonderful soul singer, Percy Sledge, also at the peak of his career. Wow. Spring of 1968 at Virginia Tech University in Blacksburg, Virginia. You've got this black and yellow standard 14 by 22 inch original concert advertising window card. And you know what's kind of funny about Johnny on here, obviously the headliner up top, is that they advertise him with a photograph from his, Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go phase, right? There he is. He put out 5 albums recorded live at the Whiskey, and here he is, in his button-down suit and bow tie. But when patrons showed up at the concert, they got this. That's right, the realization Johnny Rivers in his, call it hippie phase that totally overtook the music business in the late 1960s. Now, I'm a huge fan of this album. I did buy it when it came out, but it was not actually quite released yet at the time of this concert. But 2 singles from it had been released, the memorable top 20 hit Summer Rain and its follow-up Look to Your Soul. But if it's pre-psychedelic, Johnny Rivers you like the most, I think I like him both about equally. The poster's timing is still great. I mean, Johnny had 7 top 10 hits leading up to this moment, and what a list it is. In 1964, Memphis and Mountain of Love. In 65, Seventh Son. In 66, Secret Agent Man and The Poor Side of Town. And in 67, the year before this poster, Baby I Need Your Lovin' and The Tracks of My Tears. Wow, whew, man, that's great stuff. And it's funny because most of those are cover versions, but Johnny did write one, and only one, and it was the biggest hit of all of those. The only record to go to #1 on Billboard. And that would be 1966's Poor Side of Town. But, rock music was giving way to the album and the AOR era on radio, and but there's good news there for Johnny as well. This new album, Realization, coming out in just like 4 to 6 weeks, would be his biggest of his career by far. It was his only top 10 album, and a matter of fact, it actually made it up to #5 on the Billboard album charts. Okay, so then we have Percy Sledge there. My goodness, in my poster blogs and even in life, I never use the term one-hit wonder because I think it's just a tad bit disrespectful. But I'll tell you, one-hit masterpiece certainly applies to Percy here, and I believe that is a respectful term. I mean, boy, when a man loves a woman, from exactly 2 years before this poster, by the way, will forevermore be played at weddings, and quite often the first dance at weddings. And also what's funny is that Percy's second biggest hit was on the charts right now. So, it was 2 years ago for When a Man Loves a Woman, and right now it was Take Time to Know Her. That was top 10 R&B eventually, and #11 pop. Too bad it didn't make it into the top 10. I was living in Los Angeles as a kid, and Boss Radio KHJ played that record a lot though, so I really remember it. Quite fond of it, very sad song, and Percy sings it very plaintively. Okay, so we've got the musicians out of the way. Take a look at that unusual line at the top of this poster. The second best reason to get a date. Well, it is college kids and the hormones are raging, so I suppose everybody else had, the opposite sex in mind. But that's a pretty cute line. You hardly ever see something like that on a concert poster. And then you've got the date, Friday, April 26th. No need for the year. This thing was designed and printed to last a total of about 6 weeks. And then I just use that figure as a round figure. And then down below the musicians, notice that white box there. It does say Cotillion German Concert. Referring to a big social dance with plays and games and all kinds of things, and even debutantes sometimes. Virginia Tech, right there, Coliseum, 8 p.m., $2.50 per person. And then you've got that black box down at the bottom which gives ticket locales, and it's interesting, it's mostly men's clothing stores, including Roanoke, Virginia, about 40 miles away. And no poster printer is given on this poster. Boy, Johnny Rivers and Percy Sledge with a fun college dance concert poster from 1968. Gotta love it. Fabulous music behind these things, which is why we collect them. Thanks a lot for dropping by. Good seeing you. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch you again for something else soon. Bye-bye.